Hello. I didn't get my tea today, but here we are. Hi. I forgot that super chats existed. Um, Hello, crew. Today, I will be reviewing humanity. Specifically, your technology today. Let me just get on screen here. Boom. There we go. I don't know how many people will be able to find this stream, but it'll be interesting to find out. Either way, I get to do something I wanted to do for myself. Let me figure this out for a second. Boom. Okay, there we go. Hi. Starting warning. I feel a little bit rough on my throat, so I won't be talking too loudly. However, welcome to Alien Reviews Humanity. It's a show I wanted to try out with y'all. I hope you like it. Let's get it started. So, first off, the point of the show is to find out topics from you, humanity, that I would want to review. This could be technology, content, fiction, advancements, anything that you create. I would love to have my little thoughts on them. Today, I wanted to take a look at some of your space stuff. So today is science and space. So all I can say is I'm very excited to try a few things out with you all. First off, hello YouTube. It's been either a very long time or the first time. I think it is the first time for many people. When this stream went live here, it was a different timeline, but we are in the correct timeline now. So let me ask you a question. Are you all familiar with your latest planetary defenses that you have figured out? When I say you, I mean your species, humanity. Are you aware? Does this work? Boom. My background, yay. Wouldn't I like to know? Oh, well, for your information, I know everything already. But I am prepared. So, today we're going to be looking at NASA's latest advancement. I wanted to talk about your new ability to deflect or change the course of asteroids that are approaching Earth. So, what happened recently? NASA launched a small little device at a asteroid that was orbiting another asteroid. So what happened was your goal was to change its orbit by, I believe the mission was 10 minutes. And after the mission was successful, upon review, it was noticed that it actually changed by over 30 minutes. which your scientists still can't explain why this happened, which is very cute. Although, I have to admit, it is fun to see humanity finally approaching some space technology that could really save your lives. Mm-mm-mm. So, um, does anyone know about this story? Or is this the first time hearing about it? Since this is a smaller stream, I guess we can have a bit more interaction between us, right? Let's test the latency on this platform. Press 1 the moment you hear me say 1, which is right now. Alright, that's about 5 and 6 seconds. 5 to 6 seconds, gotcha. Okay, okay. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Oh wow, that's a lot of people. Hello. Hi. Hi. Once again, I am slightly struggling today, but I promise it'll be okay. So, I had a bunch of topics I wanted to review with you today, but I definitely wanted to start off with space and your planetary defenses, right? So, coming from my perspective, you know, as an alien, planetary defenses will be very, very important in your future. I would even say that it is practically impossible for you to interact with any aliens or intergalactic species without planetary defenses in Star. Let me tell you why, by the way. The way it works for us is we actually ignore creatures that don't have planetary defenses. Because destroying a planet is very easy. It is very, very easy. I looked at a lot of movies that humanity has made, and I realized that it is actually... Y'all are exaggerating planet destructions, the Death Star and planet busters and things. In a lot of fiction I've witnessed, it is really exaggerated. You don't need that much. You don't need that much to destroy a planet, okay? All you need to do is send a relatively small object really fast into space, and physics will do the rest. You won't survive with just any small object hitting your planet at a high speed. Okay, we don't need to build planet busters. This is a real stream. Yes, you are here on a real stream. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. So, to recap what we're doing here, I am reviewing your activities on Earth and your advancements on Earth, and giving a little alien take on it. It's a little experiment I wanted to try out here on YouTube. I don't believe many people will find this stream, but that's fine. I wanted to do this little thing, you know. So, like I said, any small object sent to your planet is going to kill you. You're pretty fucked if anyone were to find you. Imagine right now if anyone but me were to find you. What would pretty much happen is that...
Please return our cows, thank you.
First of all, thank you for the 10. Second of all... well, we gotta probe something. Anyway. Let me move this box. Okay. When it comes down to anyone other than me approaching, they could pretty much be like, hey, if you don't listen to what I want you to do, we will literally one-shot you. There's nothing you can do about it. That's pretty much any alien species that would approach your planet. You're very weak to anything that is able to, move through space. But it'll be okay. You have years upon years upon years to enhance your defenses. And maybe also, try not to kill each other too much. You might need cooperation to survive what's coming up next, okay? You might need a little bit of cooperation. So let me take a look real quick at the NASA project. I'm gonna put some information. NASA asteroid project on my screen here. It's called the DART mission. Oh, okay. So you shot something into space 10 months ago and it finally hit its target. God, it must be so awful having such little speed in space, huh? So the way you have planned your planetary defenses currently is that the theory is if you can predict the path of an asteroid, let's say a couple of years ahead of time, then you could slightly change the orbit or the direction of said asteroid a few years ahead of time. And with that slight change and nudge, you could avoid an impact with Earth. It, however, does rely a lot on your ability to predict and detect objects years ahead of time. So this is not something that you can do, like imagine like an asteroid were to hit us like 2 months from now and you only figure that out today, you would still be fucked. You'd have to come up with something else. So you have a long-term plan to defend your planet. Unfortunately, it is still very early phase. Like I would say you're in the Stone Ages still. But yes, it's very impressive to see that humanity has even done anything like that at all. So big points from me. I mean, imagine you pretty much shot something that took. You shot a bullet into space that took 10 months to land. So that's impressive. Random hugs. Thank you for the 5. Thank you. Like I said, I am a little bit tired, but it'll be okay. So that is actually a thing, yes. Defending against species like myself, we could succumb to your diseases.
Thank you for the tip.
Wow, that's old. Oh my god. That's really old. Let me take a look at that. That is old. Certainly, sometimes like timelines, they come together. You get like hints of an old timeline. Cracks them under a timeline, yeah. So we could learn something together, don't we? We can learn about actually, here's something I want to talk about. Did you know that some scientists recently got the Nobel Prize for quantum entanglement and research around quantum entanglement? Do you know what that means? Or any of you familiar with this topic? If you're unfamiliar with this topic, it is something that our species use. Well, the concept of it is something that we use to create, let's say, gateways or wormholes or portals many years away from your level of technology, of course. And the way you've been researching quantum entanglement, it pretty much means TLDR, like in very simple language. Imagine there's two particles, right? Or 2 bits. Let's call it 2 bits, right? And no matter how far you separate them, the moment you observe the first bit, you will know the status of the second bit. In other words, until you measure it, both of these pieces, these bits, are blank, so to say. Using this quantum mystery, humanity has been able to prove that information can technically be sent faster than light, which is the topic of the Nobel Prize this year. So it is pretty cool because this sort of technology is very much at the forefront of what you're going to be discovering in the next like couple of 100 years. Until you measure it, yes. We measure a lot of things in here. Oh yeah, they managed to prove it, I believe, over and over again, actually. Of course, make sure that you get your favorite sources of information when validating any information that I give you. I haven't thoroughly researched the paper or the information myself just yet. Oh, you will exist as a species for a couple 100 years more. That's no doubt. Like, even if you all blow each other up, some of you will survive, you know what I mean? Let's hope that doesn't happen. Sleeping is quite difficult though. You're not gonna die soon. Come on, you're not gonna die soon. It'll take a while. It will not be a fast one. Hello, hello. Oh. Oh. Thank you. It is a tired day today. It is Friday, isn't it? It is Friday today. Are humans hot? Some of you are hot. I have already enjoyed some humans on an intimate level, and I consider my experience has been very welcoming and very nice. Although, you have a surprisingly amount of interesting creatures hiding amongst you. How violent is the rest of the... Oh, you mean other sentient beings in space? How violent are they compared to humans? Hmm. Okay, well, here's you haven't really exterminated other species before other than your own things on Earth. So you're still okay. It's like you've only really like murdered yourself so far. I would say that's okay. In space standards. You know, there's creatures in space that kind of just like turn other creatures into a massive parasitical like hive mind, or destroy planets, or kill billions and billions of living creatures. This happens sometimes, not all the time. Like, we usually don't want to waste resources, but you've been okay so far. You've been okay so far. As I said to some of you earlier today, I'm not here to judge humanity. I'm here to review some of your progress, though. But I respect humanity. If you do some crazy things, I will smile and say, "Oh, you did such a good job. Look at this beautiful mess you've made. I'm so proud of you." Oh, you're not that uncommon, to be honest. Like, pretty much every sentient being has made it through this point, or hasn't. I know some of you call it like the great filter, and wondering if you've been past it or not. I won't spoil that for you. You'll find out eventually. It was a fun thing to experience. I guess for some of you it might be fun. Don't worry about it. I should not respect you. It's okay. It's okay. Any cat girls in space? Well, not specifically cat girls, but there are definitely creatures that look similar to what you would call cat girls. They would probably not want to be called cats, just like how you call me a fucking slime bunny, even though I'm not a bunny. Okay, or a slime. I'm not, whatever. When I stand with you when trouble comes, trouble will probably not come anytime soon, and I might be gone by the time that it does. Good luck. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit tired, so I'll do my best for you today. Also, I'm happy to get to know a lot of you. This is the first time that I've seen a lot of your names, so hi. YouTube has been a bit unhappy with me, I think. It decided to age restrict a lot of the things that I do, and ever since then, it decided to not promote my videos anymore. It's been a bit unhappy with me, I guess. So I don't expect many people to have this in their page, regardless of the amount of people that are subbed to my channel. Oh well. Either way, I mean, I know the other day I was talking to someone and they were talking about all the bad things that are happening, and I asked myself, do you ever talk about a platform and say something positive about it? You know? I don't think that's very common. We usually I've noticed that a lot of us, especially people involved in social media, as myself and a lot of you are, generally like to critique platforms anyway. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Cheese has been very wonderful. I do enjoy a lot of your food. My mecha isn't small. Hey, 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 hey. Listen here. This is to scale, okay? This is how big I am compared to my robot. You think this is small? Okay, show me your robot, huh? Where's your robot, humanity? Where's your robot, huh? How dare you call mine small? I'm definitely bigger than you. I'm definitely bigger than you. Size matters. Okay. I mean, technically, size matters for several reasons. One of them is physics, but I mean, to destroy anything in space, it's particularly easy. For starters, no matter how technically advanced we became, we haven't really solved light speed yet. It's really not possible to move faster than the speed of light using basic physics. This is not happening. So we used wormholes and such to skip through space, and that works very efficiently actually. But a lot of the fiction that you do have very convenient warp drives and very convenient ways to just skip through the laws of physics. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist. That's just wishful thinking. How much money does it? Well, money is a different concept for you than it is for me. So, do you see these little things on my head? This is like an interface. With this, I can connect to pretty much any device that my species has put together. It's like your phones or your computers, except for it's these little nodes on my head, and they interface with me directly and with anything around me. Oh, not my ears. Look, the little technical piece. This and this. These things. I use them to communicate. I'm not a bunny. I'm not a bunny. I have tentacles. I have tentacles. What is the biggest Rubik's Cube or puzzle that alien civilizations have made? I'm really bad at puzzles, so I really didn't look at it myself. I'm not too sure. But if I think about it carefully, I think we had some hobbyists made like a space escape room. People really enjoyed that for a while until things went wrong. And when things go wrong in space, they really go wrong. You know, like one hole here and everyone suffocates to death kind of thing, or one wrong hole here and your insides blow up or get sucked into space or you get burned alive, or there's so many ways to die, you know, like so. After a few incidents, that place got closed down, but it was very impressive while it lasted. I heard about some news about that. You ever make a Death Star? You do not need to make a Death Star to blow up a planet. Okay, just throw like a fridge at it. We could throw a fridge at nearly, not exactly the speed of light, but like nearly the speed of light, like at least very fast. We could launch like a fridge at your planet and you'd be dead. You'd be dead. We don't need to do anything complicated, you know. Honestly, we could launch a grain of sand at you and we could kill you. But let's not go that far. YouTube is interesting. Although it doesn't seem like the YouTube algorithm is very happy with my behavior. I should keep like a counter of every time I yawn. I'm always tired. Divine review in this scenario. Well, there's a few things that I would like to do on these wilder streams. Well, they're not wilder. I either review content that I've been experiencing from you, or I review latest technologies that you've been working on, such as like space technologies and things like that. Did you know, for instance, that even though my spacesuit seems quite advanced, you have something like this as a prototype on your planet? In fact, you have a prototype spacesuit that has liquid cooling to maintain the user's body temperature in a comfortable way. That is something that you've already built, actually. So this is not that far off. Of course, mine is a little bit better and not bulky and disgusting. Sorry, I just think your space suits are, you know, you're still in the phase of everything is functional. We already made everything aesthetic. We have like space fashion and such. So, Well, ask yourself this question, right? Does humanity from like when you were still living in caves have anything better from humanity currently? If the answer is no, that's pretty much our difference too. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I have seen Gundams in real life, and I've seen the Gundam shows. They're relatively small compared to this one, though. Well, once we start talking about time and perhaps even dimensions, it's gonna get a little bit too complicated, but maybe we should keep it a bit simple. The lifespan of our race is indefinite. Um, Virtually every species that makes it this far in intergalactic space um, does not die from natural causes. Um, it's something that you just bioengineer that out of your body once you're ready to really travel large distances. Um, Instead of having multiple generations live on a spaceship for thousands of years to get anywhere, we can just live 1,000 years ourselves. What do I think about pollution? So I feel like it's been a very common thing among species that finally get to, be more automated and use its planet's resources. You don't have quite a good hand in it yet, which is why you don't deserve to. Well, let's say your technology isn't advanced enough to reach, let's say, traveling within your solar system properly. And as long as you cannot utilize the power of your sun properly, you will be forced to use your more natural resources, I suppose. I hope you figure it out soon, because it looks like you might be in trouble. What do we think about lifespan differences? It's been a while since I've seen such short lifespans as yours. But it is part of the process. Generally, billions of creatures will die so that the next billions of creatures can live forever. You're still part of the sacrificial era. In other words, well, you're all going to die. You're all going to die, but maybe 10 generations from now you'll stop dying. Sorry, you're a little bit too early. Do I miss my home planet? Not really. I've always been a traveler, and honestly, there's well, a lot of things happened at my planet. You might get to know what happened if you play my game releasing next year. Haha. It is a prequel. It's not a question of if you will ever reach immortality. You will eventually discover biological immortality. You won't really be immortal. Somebody could still just shoot you. Oh. That scared me. My phone went off. Huh. Yeah, I have a phone, by the way. Crazy. It's been so long since I've used my hands to use technology. It's so weird. Anyway, what was I saying again? Yeah, you'll eventually reach biological immortality. But you're currently, imagine if tomorrow humanity discovered biological immortality, right? Which means you could still get shot and die from bleeding, but it means that your cells will stop dying from old age. Your cells will regenerate as fast as you lose them, and that would mean that you would never deteriorate over time, right? It'll be quite interesting what would happen, because I feel like socially you're not ready for this. Socially you'll probably have a lot of struggles going for yourselves. However, it might lead into very unexpected changes for you. Because, well, as far as I know, humanity is still struggling very much with the idea of living forever. I think a lot of you are scared of living forever, and you have a lot of meaning behind your mortality. which is it is cute. Um, Future versions of humanity will have to get over that. Mm. But for now, there is a lot of purpose you can find in a short lifespan. Yes. Hmm. Mm. Thank you so much, everyone. You see, there's the scenario where, oh, if everyone you know dies, immortality will be painful. Well, in the future, everyone will be immortal, so this would just be unlikely. Well, like I said, you're not really immortal. Eventually, people that you know will, by sheer amount of chance, die from random events, either spaceship malfunctions or... That's a very common one. Like, most people just die from spaceship issues. Like, I've seen in your movies where somebody has an issue with their spaceship and they fix it on the spot. The reality is, if there's an issue with your spaceship, you're probably fucked. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're probably just fucked. Will dive tech as a way of achieving immortality. So, I don't want to spoil anything, but like I said, it's part of the story behind the game that we will be making and releasing for you next year. But let's just say that there is a way that we can use physics to dramatically expand our lives, or at least the duration of it from your perspective. Specifically your perspective. Music is amazing. I haven't been enjoying your music. Population will not be a problem in the future because you have several planets to utilize. In fact, it will be a benefit for you. It is... Once you have the ability to transfer from habitable planet to habitable planet seamlessly, population is really not a big deal. In fact, you'll probably be always looking for more, to be honest. You see, there are a lot of planets that are habitable in the universe. There are a lot of them in each galaxy as well. You do not have enough humans, pretty much. Even at 10 billion or 100 billion, you do not have enough creatures. You do not have enough humans. It takes a lot more. How will you ever colonize a galaxy? It might take you like 1,000,000 years. It takes a lot of people. Would I save a planet or a world? Maybe. If I could, maybe. It depends. I'm not a hero. You can maybe even say that I'm a villain in a lot of ways. But, I do what I feel like. Unfortunately, anything that crosses any solar system is a speed run of that magnitude would probably take still hundreds of years, so traveling through space is slow and painful unless you can teleport through some sort of wormhole. Which, by the way, is not really teleportation, you're cutting through space, but yeah. Hello, Will. Thank you so much. For everyone joining, hi. Sorry, I'm a bit tired and my voice is a little bit dead today, but I am here for you as promised. Let me take a little drink. As always, I have like a little water dispenser in my jacket. How accurate is Star Wars? I mean, Star Wars' physics change with each movie, so it's not really an easy question to answer. I would say some movies are more accurate than other movies, but as long as y'all don't have a coherent story, it will be hard to judge the entire series upon its physics, because you keep changing them, I'm sorry. You see, Star Wars in a recent memory has exposed a big problem. You have these warp drives, which apparently in the latest movies can be launched into spaceships and kill everyone. Well, that's a big problem actually, because that technology implies that you are quite literally capable of destroying everything in the galaxy. Let me tell you why. If you can launch any object instantaneously at that speed, you do not require a Death Star. You do not require anything actually. You could launch a spaceship into a planet and it will be destroyed. It would be quite easy actually. You would just make a gun. You would make a gun that has warp drive technology, and it would shoot an object using the warp drive on any sort of spaceship, and you could one-shot every planet on Star Wars. So TLDR, even though Star Wars is a very likable franchise, I believe that the writers of Star Wars have no idea what they're doing, and it is not a fun experience from a consistency standpoint. I also feel like Star Wars fans might be suffering with each new release, but perhaps we hold hope for any decent sequel. Of course I can see your message. So, but perhaps you would enjoy stories of my universe, which, other than the game that we're building, will be something you can experience very soon. Probably next week, I will be announcing something where you can find out a lot more about my world and where I come from, and the technologies within them. Are there downfalls to biological immortality? Yes, actually. So if you're stuck, it can be very painful. It depends on which version, right? Like there's the we still spend energy, so we still need to eat, right? As long as you don't like cease to be able to move from lack of like energy and such. Pretty much like how'd I put this? Let's be happy that you can still die from lack of food. Okay. There are many examples of things where if you are stuck or imprisoned and left alone, if you weren't able to die whatsoever, you'd be stuck there for like thousands of years, and that could be really bad. Your psyche will not survive. You know, there's something, it's something of a horror story from space. Let me tell you the story, which maybe you can relate to it if you've played the game Dark Souls. Okay. When you think about the world of Dark Souls 1 and the Curse of the Undead, that is something that has kind of happened to one planet, far, far away from your planet, of course. And also, Will, thank you again for the 5. Thank you. Oh, we can talk about my tentacles in a second. Yes. So there's a thing that happened to a certain species where, while playing with immortality, they've created something like the Curse of the Undead, so to say, where they've made it extremely difficult to die while making it extremely torturous to live. So it pretty much backfired when you bioengineer the wrong way, you know what I mean? Think of it as like the T-virus from Resident Evil, except you don't turn into a zombie. You just turn into an actual sentient living corpse. And you constantly regenerate, no matter how hard you die. It was really bad, actually. So it was a very big subject for analysis from many other species. You don't want to end up like that. I've heard about the game RimWorld. I've never played it. I haven't seen the trailer for Silent Hill F, but I've heard about it. So I come from a water planet, okay, which, if you look at my ways of communication, these things here, these tentacles, and also my ears or antenna, these are receptors, and they receive vibrations very, very accurately. They can also send vibrations accurately, and this is how we communicate. Let's say it is a very sensitive but efficient way of interacting with systems and other creatures, yes. Because sounds are essentially vibrations, and it's a very good way to communicate with many different creatures. And the things on my head are is pretty much the only, I would say, cybernetic enhancement that I have. Other than the things on my head, I am completely organic. It is to help myself with interfacing with AI, machinery, and other digital creations. Or, how would I put this? Hardware. Yes, hardware. There is a way to what's the word? Sorry, I'm working on my English still. To measure, yes, measure, I guess. A way to measure human progress. You can use, I'll post a link. You can post this. Can I type here? This is what I'm looking for. Kardashev scale. Is this kind of what I'm using to measure you? And the TLDR of this scale is that it goes from type 1, type 2, and type 3. And it's depending on how much energy you are using as a species. You are currently at like type 0 points. Let me see real quick. What are you at right now? Oh, you're at 0.8 or 0.7? think you're probably at 0.7. Yeah. Interestingly, Kardashev believes that it will take humanity 3,200 years to reach Type 2 and 5,800 years to reach Type 3. I think Kardashev is not correct in this assessment, but I hope you make it that fast. That will be particularly fast in the scale of humanity. That'll be particularly fast, I think. I personally believe that it will take you a lot more than 5,800 years to reach Type 3. A lot more. I would say millions of years, personally. Colonizing a galaxy at all will take you at least 20 million years. Thank you, Dino. Thank you. 5,400 years is way too little. Well, let's find out what's next on your schedule. All the music that are in official releases are gonna be on Spotify, yes. Making fan art of me is of course allowed. There's nobody who denies fan art, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna yawn again. Time travel is... I mean, it's interesting, but slowing down time is more interesting. Our food is comes from general compounds that we can... Well, imagine this. You wake up in the morning. You actually have some of your shows do this. You wake up in the morning, you ask for a specific type of food, and using a whole bunch of chemicals and materials, we can transform that food into whatever you want. It will taste exactly the same as the real thing. But it's more nutritious, and whatever nutritional value your body requires is what it will have. It will be perfectly adjusted for you using any flavors that you want. Which means that we never had to cook, but I learned cooking just for you. Damn. I am far more tired than I'm supposed to be. I suppose that... well, let me put it this way. I don't have to use my body as much normally. I mean, swim around a lot. I mean, float around a lot. On Earth, there's gravity and there's literal Earth that I have to walk on. It has been a bit tiring for my body to get used to it. It will be fine in a week or two, I'm sure. But so far my biology is still adjusting to your planet. We humans are rather young and not as advanced as a species that takes things for granted and may get territorial easily. So would your species destroy us if provoked? No. And I don't mean this in a wrong way, but when an animal provokes you, would you immediately kill it? I think that would be very cruel. Let's just say that you have like the Geneva Convention with war crimes and such. We have something similar. It is very immoral to, how do we put this? It's a very immoral thing to influence the future of a species negatively as a more advanced species. Generally, the rules are that you do not influence. We could manipulate in a way that helps you survive. That is totally okay. But we try not to commit actual genocide on species that cannot even defend themselves. So you're like a baby. I would like not to kill you. I don't really know what Daleks are, sorry. Oh, speaking of being gay, so this concept doesn't exist with my species because we have what you would call male and female genitalia. We have both. So all of us can get pregnant and all of us can make one other person pregnant, which results in a very different culture compared to humanity, where from birth we were never, we always were able to express ourselves fully, whatever that might be, because all the roles are pretty much pick and choose to our choices and preferences. Have I come across any computer sentient that wants to eradicate life form that isn't as advanced? I mean, not exactly. It is a bit of like a big science fiction thing where you create an AI and it thinks, oh my god, the only thing that we can do is kill everyone. And you would have to really fuck up making this AI for it to think that way. Because AI is vastly superior in intelligence to most organic life, which means that it will solve problems in a much better way than just killing everyone. You usually have to fuck up the AI to make it do that. But I guess there are moments where there have been, how would I say, parasite-like computers that would, in its goal to survive and expand, use other creatures as fuel or workforce or other purposes to enhance its own abilities and its own ideas, so to say. So there have been hostile, we usually call them hive mind societies, or hive mind civilizations. They have been a bit more hostile. But generally, if you stick to decent planets, you won't run into this sort of thing. When it comes to planetary combat and defenses in the far future, pretty much everyone can one-shot each other. Nobody's going to shoot you with a laser gun or invade your planet or do anything like that. there are so many resources in the universe and in the galaxies. There is no reason to let anyone live or to take over a planet for its resources. There's no reason to do that. We would just one-shot your planet. No matter how advanced you are, no matter how smart you are, if you do not have planetary defenses, you just die instantaneously. Nobody is gonna board each other's ship. We just destroy them in one go. And so what happened is, just like how you have nuclear deterrence, we also have similar deterrence. Everyone can kill everyone, so nobody kills everyone. You know what I mean? Of course, we have decent defenses, so if somebody tried, they wouldn't be able to instantly do it. But pretty much. I've been trying out your VR systems, and while they're very primitive hunks of plastic, you're going to have, how do I put this? You're going to have holodeck-like technology in the future. Oh, even though my species is, does not look at sex the same way as you do, nor does it look at gender the same way you do, since I'm here on Earth, I do prefer she, her, as I operate in a way that is easier for you to understand. I believe this suits me, and that's how I will go for it. Oh, speaking of my voice, thank you all for the very nice compliments. My voice will be fluctuating a lot based on how good I feel on the day and how much I've been working on it in the near future. This is because we usually talk in vibrations and we communicate and such. So I haven't actually practiced speaking this way with anyone but you. So in the last couple of days, I've been working on communication a lot. And as I get better using my mouth to communicate to you, my voice will improve and become cleaner as I get used to speaking in your languages. I kind of wanted to prepare more things to review for you today. Unfortunately, it seems like I am a bit too tired to focus on the minute details of space news. It's a very detailed and scientific topic, of course, and I feel like I'm not capable of noting all the sufficient information down. I could just complain about Nvidia as I've been looking into your tech and talk about CPUs and PC news, if that's all something that you also want to hear. But I didn't want to focus on space today. I don't really want to go too deep into other topics. As for why I look similar to humanity, you'll have to play my game to find out why that is, coming out next year. NVIDIA AI face tracking for VTubing is an interesting concept. It is, however, still lacking in raw performance, as it cannot track mouths horizontally, nor can it track the cheek motions. It also will most likely lose to VBridger and other technologies used to do mouth tracking. Unfortunately, you have not solved the issue of cheap, affordable face tracking. Not completely, at least. The AI thing is getting somewhere, but unless you have dedicated sensors, you're going to have a hard time. So far, the iPhone is the most affordable way to do this solution. Oh, that is a name I haven't seen in forever. Hello, emotion box. That is crazy. I'm happy to see you again. Of course, like I said, everyone, sometimes there's a rift in the timeline, and timelines collide from the past or the future, who knows? I think you have solved affordable in many different ways. I just don't think you've solved society in a way where most of your species can live in some sort of comfort. That's the part of working together, is that you haven't solved that part yet. The technology is there, though. Yeah, you do live in a society. You have the technology. You just don't have the... You're just not there yet, so to say. Let me put it this way. Even though you're not literally connected, humanity, from my eyes, looks a bit like a hive mind in a lot of ways, but that's how all species are. You all affect each other constantly, all the time. No matter how much you want to live as an individual, you're always affected by your environment. And as a species, it just takes a couple of people to get influenced or influence others. And just 8 or 9 or 10 contacts away, you're already at millions of people, you know? A contact of a contact of a contact of a contact, that kind of thing. It doesn't take very much effort, or doesn't take many steps to have influenced millions of people. And so, you as a whole need to kind of figure out how to get on the same page. Living in VR is an interesting concept. The problem comes from the idea of transferring brains. The same issue that is posed with the idea of teleportation or body swapping. Here's why teleportation, body swaps, and brain transfers are scary, and one of the scariest things even for future civilizations. It is entirely possible and very probable that this has happened, that upon teleportation or upon the transfer of consciousness, you actually just die and a clone of you takes over. You would never know that this has happened. You would never know that this has happened. There will be no evidence of this happening. It is simply entirely possible that every single time that you step into any device that transfers you in any way or form, that you will die. And you would never find out. It is a scary concept. That's why even in the future, or even for a lot of species like myself, we don't like playing with this technology. That's why we use wormholes. We can look through them. We don't disintegrate upon touch. We can look through them. You can stick half your body through one side and show up on the other side. It is a travel mechanic, not a teleportation mechanic. Like a portal. Well, the truth is that only a few people will actually want to advance your species, because there's a lot of suffering happening right now. Even though you're better off than ever before. You'd have to imagine, why would somebody want to focus on that far in the future? Where if you could just be happy now? Mm. I think dying is far more scarier than staying alive. Um, Believe me when I say this. Take it from an alien as myself. Try to stay alive as long as you can. Dying is not so great. No matter how many years in the future we are, it's still not great. Mm. Are we getting into deep talk now, huh? I do not have a preferred location to die. That concept seems strange to me. I focus on the now until there is no more. If you encountered a species as advanced or more than you that would be hell-bent on only destruction, what would your kind do? Probably kill them first. Probably kill them first. It's very hard to survive in space no matter how advanced you are. There are a lot of benefits by observing the current and being in the moment. One of them is it's a lot less anxiety. Trust me. But yes, thank you, Will, once again. It looks like a lot of you have a lot of philosophical ideas in your heads, which is really interesting. I guess I'm reviewing you personally today, a little bit. Well, there's two things you can do. We either live next to a black hole, which allows us to live, from our perspective, a very long life. Because time plays very differently at that location. So if anyone were to travel towards us while we are at this location, it would probably take like 1 billion years before they would arrive from our perspective. At that point, it doesn't really matter anymore, you know what I mean? So yeah. It could be the other way around, yeah. Gravity plays tricks. Again, since these concepts don't exist on my planet, I haven't really thought about them that much. Anything revolving around gender and such. All I know is that self-expression is a beautiful thing, and being able to express ourselves allows us a lot of peace in our hearts. There's almost nothing more beautiful than being able to get out there and be successful the way you want to be successful. It could be easier to be successful in a way that people want you to be like. Perhaps you want to do it your way. Do what you want to do your way and express yourself your way. And if that works out, there's probably almost nothing that I feel is more satisfying to live for. Money is money. You gotta make something work. There are some other solutions, but here for humanity, let's just say your history has shown that you aren't very good at solutions that don't include money so far. You aren't very good at it. You probably don't want to try it right now. Can a human make me pregnant? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. How do aliens get rid of waste? You throw them into the sun. Or whatever star we have. Hello, hello. Well, what you would do is, okay, so you know how you have like subscriptions to, you know how you have subscriptions to like services on your phone or like insurance on your car or something, right? So we have something similar, right? At like the more central planets, we have a service that allows for instant disposal. Okay, so at a small fee, every cycle, depending on which planet it is, you get to have essentially a direct gateway to instant disposal, which is essentially going into a star. Yes. Imagine there's a hole in your trash can that transfers trash into a big place, which then goes into a star. Yes. It doesn't immediately go into the star because every time you would open it up, you would probably die. So yes, this also includes body waste and everything. Although that is technically not the best way to deal with waste because there's like, okay, so maybe if you talk about real recycling, because recycling from humanity has been particularly a bit fake. I'm not sure if you know as a consumer that a lot of the recyclable plastics are actually not recyclable, and it really doesn't really work the way you think it does. So I don't think you've really solved that yet. So yeah, we can just like drop it into a star, you know. I'm yawning so much. I'm so sorry, everyone. Tomorrow I'm doing my 3D debut. I promise I'll be more awake for it, okay? I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed all of the streams I've been doing for you so far. I've been. Can I say this? Like, there's not so many people here, so I feel like more courageous to say this. After Wednesday's stream, I woke up yesterday and I felt so happy getting out of bed. Like, I felt so many positive emotions, just like kind of just talking to people and doing whatever I wanted to do. And I thought that, you know, it's been really, really, really exciting to be able to be here with you. And I've been really happy to be able to do this with everyone. So thank you very much. I struggle with some very basic things sometimes. One of them is sleep and energy levels, and I'm just happy that I'm able to be here for you and for myself, and that we can all hang out together and talk to each other when we do. I may not be able to stream as long in one go as other streamers do on average, but from the time that I have with you, I promise that I enjoy every second with you that I can get. I wanted to just say that, yeah. I planned for the YouTube show to be about 90 minutes to 2 hours at best, because I didn't want to drag the review. Although, like I said before, I did not prepare a thorough enough information because of my energy currently. So let's do a quick recap on today's topic. It was about NASA's DART mission. TLDR, you have a planetary defense system now. And I wanted to congratulate humanity for your accomplishments and finally starting to become part of what is the basics requirements for being part of galactic society. As for your questions about my origins and the future, I'll be very happy to answer more of these when I do my Twitch streams tomorrow and on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like I said, tomorrow is my 3D debut. I'll be very happy to see you there as well. Protecting your devices from the sun is not your biggest problem. The problem is that your electronics get fried long before the casing does. So you can send a sun drone, so to say. I think you've already done that actually. Sun observation drones and such and devices. The problem comes more that the radiation from the sun fries all your computers and chips. We have, of course, defense mechanics and offensive technology as well. It is the bare minimum for being able to contact other civilizations. If you do not have defenses, just don't try to reach out to people. Don't do it. What can stop a solar flare? There are ways. First of all, being able to analyze your sun and perhaps predict its behavior is a big step towards preventing any damage. It may feel like every day is another bag of bad news for you. I know what it feels like. But I promise you, all is not lost for humanity. You have a future, and you have people around you. You can focus on the small things for yourself in your own lives. You are not tomorrow's savior. You do not have to be tomorrow's savior. Just enjoy the little things. That's what I do. Even though I am a traveler from outer space, I do not know everything about my species, and I don't feel like I am everyone's savior. Well, I guess I've done some important things here and there. Are we capable of invading? Yes, we are. Definitely. I thank you for the compliments. We are capable, but we wouldn't do it. There is no benefit for any of us. Being able to farm resources off planets that aren't alive makes having to invade another planet completely meaningless. There's also way more energy from a star than from a planet like Earth. It's actually quite weird to take Earth as a fuel when you could just take the star as a fuel. It's a little weird. Do we have religion or religious wars? I mean, we all used to have those. I believe the best way to put it is that every sentient being requires sometimes a little help to figure out how to perceive and behave amongst other people other than yourself. And having guidelines on how to do that through some rules or even through religion can be a very beneficial thing for a civilization. It can also be misused by a civilization. But these are very basic things that proceed or that advance a civilization into its next steps. That's my answer about religion. Is there something that humanity is doing better than our species? I'm sorry, you're not really doing anything better. I mean, technically you'd be better at cooking because we don't cook. You know, everything is an AI based solution for us, but you would probably do it better if we learned it. Can I be your new religion? I'd rather not be. I do not want to be responsible for humanity. Okay. I think YouTube is a very fun platform to stream too. While the algorithm currently doesn't like me, there's a lot of you, when you do come in here, you're very active in typing and talking to me. And so it is a very unusual experience to be able to talk to so many of you compared to on some other platforms. So I do not mind doing more smaller YouTube streams here on Fridays. They're going to be short though. I do not want them to be long streams. I want them to be short and cozy. I feel like it's a very experimental idea of mine. And I would like to be more organized for next Friday compared to this Friday. So I have to fix my sleep a little bit. Hopefully I have something more specific to review next Friday. And then, you know, as we grow together, I'll be very happy to do this more often with you. Okay. I'm going to be saving more specific information about myself for tomorrow. I'll be showing off my ability to move in 3D space tomorrow. So if you are excited in more me news and me presentations, check out my Twitch tomorrow for the 3D debut. Okay. If you enjoy that part of me. If you are excited for additional things and additional content that I do, check out my Twitter. I will be posting all things that I do on Twitter. It is really the main hub to check out what I do when I do it. The schedule is on there too. So, yes, 3 p.m. CET, which is 9 a.m. EST. All my safe work streams are at that time. So, sorry for the tired presentation today. I will try again next week. And thank you for your patience and your attention and love towards me. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll be tuning off here now. This was a short review stream. Today we reviewed your planetary defense system. Perhaps next week we can review something else more funny. Okay, thank you all so much very much once again. I probably will not be putting this VOD as a public upload. This will probably be unlisted. For those who have the link, you can review what I said today. I'll probably not publish the VOD to this stream. Okay. Not until I get some organization and some clarity on this show and how I want to proceed with it. Yes. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay. Thank you all, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.